Wait a minute. Wait, there's a special we missed.
Much love,
Wait a
man.
minute.
I always enjoy
Wait
my
a minute.
stay, no matter what you do. Keep doing you, bro.
Wait, we missed a spectrum, dude. No shot, we missed one.
I feel like in my household, my opinion is not valid, and it will never be valid as long as I live. My parents will yell at me, they'll get mad at me, and we'll get into like such large arguments. It's even gotten to the point of one time where I've gotten into arguments with my parents with like, you're gonna have to move out if you don't like agree with these things.
Whoa, why so loud? Why?
I've sent or
Okay, the title is, does all Gen Z think the same? Gen Z stands for, what is it, Zoomers? Oh my god, guys, this is gonna be a disaster.
I've sent or received nudes.
Oh God. Do I
3,
have to answer this?
2, 1, go.
One.
I mean, like, yeah.
If one day I want to get a certain job or go into a political office, I just don't ever want to have somebody to hold that against me. Even when people send me nudes, I'm like, I didn't necessarily need that. Like dick pics when they're just, you know?
Are we saying nudes?
Nudes. Should
Oh
we start
my God,
over?
I thought we were saying news. N-E-W-S.
Nudes.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
What?
I don't send nudes because I just do things on social media. I want to pursue acting. I feel like my body's a temple. You gotta pay to see it, if at least. Same as Daniel said, it can come back and bite you. I'm just scared.
Revenge porn is very real, and I think most women or women adjacent people have received unsolicited pics.
As like a bisexual person and kind of just being in like a world that's hyper-sexualized already, and it sucks because that's kind of like the age of social media and like LGBTQ youth, is that pretty much like they have to seek validation online. That's like really like the way to do it.
I agree exactly with what Makai said. I mean, it is like the form of validation now. Like sending nudes is love, but which
This
hurts,
makes me just
so
want to.
yeah.
This makes me just want to jump over it because I feel like I'm in the wrong area. You know, we're gonna go here.
If like they should respect your values if you don't want to send nudes, and if not, like it's pretty clear to me that they're just using me for my body. Nudes has a lot to do with appearance, and putting a lot of value on how you appear can just sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
To piggyback
That is
off
not what it's-
that, it's
wait.
really important to.
Wait,
like,
okay, no, that has nothing to do with it.
Nudes has a lot to do with appearance, and putting a lot of value on how you appear can just sometimes be damaging.
To piggyback off that, it's really important too, like when you're growing up, no matter like your body type or how you look, everyone has like beauty in them. So it's important to love your body and love like how you look, because like, girl, that's your body. Like flaunt what you got, boo. That validation needs to come from within, not from other people. Cause like, I know I'm sexy. I don't even know if tell me I'm sexy. So, period poo. Is that going in?
Skinny jeans are out of style. 3, 2, 1, go.
No, they're not.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just the era of the time. It was like rock was like, you know, pop rock, lots of skinny jeans, and then it turned into like ripped jeans. And I think
Guys. What is this guy talking about style? Motherfucker. Dude, this guy's wearing his dad's jacket with like some fucking whatever that is, man. With some non-matching hat and dude,
are getting bigger.
what the
I
fuck
don't know
is
if it's,
this?
like, maybe we're shifting more
Like,
towards
like,
like,
dude.
androgyny. I'm over here because I think that skinny jeans, I don't like them. And
Guys, this guy went to character creation and he clicked random. Motherfucker,
I would wear
look at
them
this
because I
guy.
have, like chicken legs, so like that's
He's
not
talking about
happening.
fashion.
Out of style or in style?
The question was skinny jeans are out of style.
Oh, so I'm saying that they are in style?
Yeah, skinny jeans
Oh,
are in
no,
style.
they're out of style.
I recently bought my like first pair of like baggier jeans, kind of like what he's wearing, and I was like blown away, honestly. Like there's so much space. You don't have to worry about it like bunching up and stuff. Like yeah, I don't know why we ever stuck with skinny jeans to begin with.
I think the whole skinny jeans side part thing is generational politics that are trying to like distract us from what we actually disagree about. Like nobody actually cares about the skinny jeans and middle parts. Like millennials, please stop making songs about it. It's not that deep.
I get my news from
Wait.
YouTube.
She says it's not that deep, but she's the one who brought up that it's linked with politics or whatever? Huh?
Songs about it. It's not that deep.
I get my news from YouTube. 3, 2, 1, go.
I just somewhat disagree. Because
Well,
I
that-
try not to
bro,
just, stay on
that is
YouTube
style.
because it can be a lot of disinformation. But I also feel like, I follow a lot of political YouTubers, and I feel like their perspectives are different than what's on the mainstream because, 3 corporations own all of the media.
Social news, Twitter, 100% easily. But if it's some political stuff, I have subscriptions to New York Times, even Fox and stuff, just so that I get a perspective from everyone. And I tend to go ahead and focus more on the journalism stuff. And YouTube is the headlines, but I don't click the video and deliberately watch it until I've known the facts.
The ability of
No
Twitter to
shot.
get,
no
opinions out there
shot.
from people who aren't political pundits is really valuable. And, when big things happen, Twitter
That's
usually hears
bullshit.
about it first.
Okay.
I feel like it kind of.
Nobody's reasonable enough that they're going to see a video and they're getting all the info fed to them, whatever. They see the thumbnail, the link, the whole, and I'm going to go read first about it. Oh, come on.
It just comes down to a media literacy
No
thing, and it's something that
shots.
our generation and further generations are gonna have to face. We haven't been in this era where there's what Sarah was saying about the democratized way of social media, where everyone can say information. We're in this new era where we pretty much have to learn how to decipher which is valuable and valid information and what's not. And as social media continues to grow, I feel like we're just gonna keep becoming more literate.
And I feel like we should be taught this in schools. We're in a whole new era. We grew up with tablets and laptops, whereas in previous generations didn't, which allows us obviously to have more diverse opinions, but I think that should be taught in school as well.
Do your guys' parents ever just call you and be like, did you know this happened? And you're like, yeah, it happened 5 hours ago. And you're like, did you just find out now?
It's usually fake news with my mom.
Oh my gosh.
It's usually fake news with
my mom. She gets news from Facebook.
Same,
Literally, she
same,
calls me and
same,
she's like, did you
yeah.
hear about this? Mom, that's right. And she's like, it is.
Yeah.
My mom, when she was on Instagram, she just was she was seeing the wrong stuff. And then she was like, the vaccine, those microchips. And I was like, Mom.
I think it's also important to think about why people believe that. Yeah, it's stupid and it's funny to make fun of, but people are afraid of really rich people who are going to be controlling a lot of stuff without, democratic elections and without any accountability. And it makes sense that people would feel I don't really know if I can trust the government.
My parents and I agree on political and social issues.
No
3,
shot.
2, 1, go.
Oh, that's very mixed.
My parents raised me again on the whole thing of look at every single side. And I guess it didn't go necessarily their way, but at the same time sometimes it ends up being a wreck, but whenever it's a wreck, we come back and we're I see your point, but here's what I think and here's why, loaded with facts, not just oh, I think this because this and this and this X and X and said. No, it's because this is a percentage, this is a statistic that I'm pointing out.
Honestly, I used to try and show them a different perspective
Facts.
and have an open conversation, but I'm kind of at the point now where it's you know what, let's just not talk about it. It's probably for the best.
My parents always say to me, you pay attention to politics more than we do, and we learn from you. And sometimes we get into little arguments. That can be a good way to sort of inform each other,
Well,
because
this is the
obviously
this
they
is the
have more
politics part.
experience
It's kind of,
historically, what went on. But they can also say yeah, I don't understand, this specific issue. Can you, get me up to speed? And
I would like to have a disclaimer for my mom and dad. What's coming out of my mouth is coming out through love. Also, if they're watching this, please stop watching this. My parents are very closed-minded and conservative, and there have been fights, as in Daniel's family. I feel in my household, my opinion is not valid, and it will never be valid as long as I live. I don't want to be quiet about the things, and I want to speak up and share my opinion, but when it comes to that, my parents will yell at me, they'll get mad at me, and we'll get into such large arguments. It's even gotten to the point of one time where I've gotten into arguments with my parents, you're gonna have to move out if you don't agree with these things. And it's I understand what you're saying and all, but you're telling me that if I don't do what you're saying, what you think is correct, I'm not allowed to think what I think is correct because what you think is correct is concrete.
Kind of similar but different. I'm actually grateful that my parents and I have different political opinions, because I think it's kind of forced me to try and see the other side and try to understand why they think a certain way.
sometimes those disagreements are fundamental to your identity. They say a lot about how you look at the world, how you treat other people, and it's hard to separate that. I don't want to be friends with someone who thinks that people who are poor or unhoused people do that because it's their choice, because that's a fundamental disagreement with what I believe.
That's fair, but also family, I feel is different. They're immigrants. There are certain issues that they won't, fully understand. Yes, it would be nice if they tried to.
It's very different with it friends or your parents, your
Exactly,
family.
yes.
I agree 100% with Daniel. My parents came from Romania. It was communist at that point, so their views on the world are not going to be the same as everyone's as like they were, you know? So it changes because where you come from is so different from America.
I have felt depressed. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, guys. Come on.
There are a lot of points where it is romanticized, and I think it's a difficult struggle. And also, I think like within like the Black community, there also is just not a lot of attention to mental health at all. Obviously, there's points where I feel flustered and I feel like, oh, like everything's crumbling around me, and that's like a very common human thing.
People want to talk about how depressed they are until you're like, hey, I haven't taken a shower in 4 weeks and I can't get out of bed and I haven't been eating food. And they're like, ew, that's gross. It's like, that's what depression is.
Especially with our generation, what ends up happening is that some small thing happens and we're depressed. The term is just used so loosely. When you say comments like that, it takes away the power, in a sense, from like people that actually are seeking help.
So I'm about to have a really vulnerable.
Guys, she's pretty spot on about this. I think that was good. I think sometimes when words are used too loosely, it can discredit people that are experiencing like the real thing. I think sometimes some people, if I say something that is true, people are gonna use it against me. Whatever. I feel like. This is just something that I wish it's not gonna come out bad. It's okay to feel sad sometimes. So sometimes it happens that you're sad and you'll feel sadness. It's actually really healthy. I think, you know, momentary sad that, you know, it's just part of things or whatever. But sometimes, you know, when these things are used too loosely, it kind of widens like depression or whatever. It can discredit and
vulnerable moment with y'all.
You know, I'm going
so
with
my
this.
whole life I have been so bullied and words hurt so much. And 6 months ago, I almost took my life because of like words, they have this effect on you, and sometimes you can't talk to people about it. And my friend's mom posted,
stop reading chat.
If you needed to talk to someone, to call this number, and I talked to them, and I spoke to them on the phone for 2 hours by myself at nighttime. And if it wasn't for her just doing that.
Guys, I had to close the chat. Guys, I can't in good faith watch somebody cry while reading fucking Twitch chat. I can't fucking do it, dude. Guys, it's not right.
I wouldn't have been here today.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That takes a lot of
dude.
guts to speak up about it.
My whole life, I've wanted to show kindness through me, and I hope that I do show kindness to others, because I don't want other people to feel the same way I felt, because if I can help someone feel that smile or that joy from me, it would mean everything to me, because it means that I'm fighting what other people did to me.
I don't really like it when people like compare their depressions, because like, you know, saying like someone else is not depressed, because you don't really know what they like feel. But I'm really glad that people are like talking about it now, and that we can all like bond over it. I'm truly thinking that like the pressure that's put on our generation with social media is what like causes it. But yeah, I'm really glad that like people talk about it so we have resources and stuff.
I am optimistic about the future. 3, 2, 1.
It's just that somebody chat.
I am optimistic about the future.
Somebody in chat didn't want to say didn't want to say his thought, because you know it's bad to say. But he just put but who much.
So we have resources and stuff.
I am optimistic about the future. 3, 2, 1, go.
Personally, it's in my nature to not be optimistic because I think a lot of people in our generation are very nihilistic. I try not to like view it like that because it's very like deterministic. Like, well, the world's going to hell, like we can't do anything. And if you believe that, then like you're not fighting for like a better world and you're not fighting for change.
I'm very much with Sarah on the point where our generation is very cynical, very nihilistic. We like to just like assume that things can't be fixed because in the past they just never were. I don't know. I think I'm very optimistic for the future because I believe as we become more educated and we have more resources to certain things and information, we can do great things, but we just have to believe that we can or else it won't happen.
Now I'm feeling sad
Okay, that's
about
not a
saying
bad
someone
take.
disagree. I just was thinking about this in like the climate perspective and like social media, how it's been used so negatively. When I think about those two major things, I can't see it stopping anywhere.
It's a little unimaginable. It's like you
Yeah,
can't,
no,
it's
like I want to be
incomprehensible.
positive,
Yeah.
of course, and I want the change to happen, but like where does it start?
I try to be positive and I always say like, if there's something you don't like, we can work on it and fix it. And I think that this generation in particular is really good at that. Like Gen Z is crazy. Like we get things done. The impact we've had with like TikTok even, like, yeah, we changed a lot of things.
I feel like we have come far as a society, but that doesn't mean I'm also not disappointed in our society. There's so many things that
We fix it, and I always say like, if there's something you don't like, we can work on it and fix it. And I think that this generation
wait a
in
minute.
particular is really good at that. Like Gen Z is crazy. Like we get things done. The impact we've had with like TikTok even, like,
Wait. People think they get shit done?
yeah, we changed a lot of things.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna get
we
canceled.
have come far as a society, but that doesn't mean I'm also not disappointed in our society. There's so many things that we've gotten to like build upon as a society and people are growing upon as a society. And you know what? After like meeting you guys today, I'm not gonna lie.
This guy says, hold it, this.
I feel like there's hope.
On a more societal point of view, I feel very good that like change will occur whether we like it or not. That's just how society is. We progress.
That is officially a wrap. Great job, you guys.
Does that have to be like a moment? Like,
Is it a moment?
Can we be like single file?
Can we be holding hands?
But I look so awkward.
Wait, can we all like catwalk off as a group? they're like, oh.
5, 6, 7, 8. I wasn't a bye guys. I'm very
Oh, jeez.
10 pog pog.
Oh my. Oh, it ends, chat. That was the end of it. My goodness. Whew! Wow, that was something else.